All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 3 of the first semifinals. We've got a lot of casting ahead of us. These games are going at the speed of snail. They've been pretty good. Last game, although, was really rage-inducing for me.
We're still about 3 hours ahead of schedule from last time.
Oh yeah, we're still great.
Last time was brutal.
Yeah.
We're only now just hitting 5 o'clock.
Well, last game was very frustrating to watch, but it was exciting at the same time because Corv he won the game. He just rage quit, MLB throws. It was all that. But you know what? Props to Hype for continuing the aggression. And sometimes that's all it takes is to just keep going and wearing out your opponent and making it seem like you got a bigger dick than what you actually do. And sometimes your opponent will just leave out of frustration, out of nerves. And just be like, you know what, whatever, it's a best of 3. If I lose this one, I still get a chance next time, and he just left. So that's really unfortunate, but good for us, because we get to do another game for you guys.
Yes. Mr. MaximusBlack!
Yes, sir.
Hit me up with that old school noise. Up here in the top left of Echo, we have the blue Terran Corvus. And down here in the bottom right, we have the red Terran Hype.
TVT.
TVT.
All right,
so Hype, do you remember which ones? I remember the builds, but do you remember which one, who had who?
I'm not 100% sure.
It doesn't much matter.
It doesn't matter. We'll figure that out real quick.
Yeah, I was going to figure these out real quick. One of these fine gentlemen has the Blitzkrieg build, which is a new one.
I think it's Hype that has this, but I'm not 100% sure.
Which is, the player can defend, but the first aggressive attack must be done with Marines and tanks only, and the first attack must include, in this first attack, this is one more time, pizza. You listening? First attack.
Yep.
10 tanks.
10 tanks.
All right?
That's it.
After that, doesn't matter. Go nuts.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I think Core has that build, but it's whatever.
Yeah,
okay?
it's whatever.
We'll figure it out.
Now, again, we were talking to him just before this game. Medevacs are allowed just like a Raven would be allowed as a support unit.
And you want to be able to drop and stuff like that.
Drop units, that stuff, it's a support unit, that's fine. The attacking units, though,
are a problem.
Marines,
tanks.
The other,
yep,
whoever it is ends up getting this, one of the other, we'll find out pretty quick, got microwave.
Yes, sir.
So this is a comeback from the last tournament.
Yep.
This is one of our other favorites because it includes nukes.
Yep.
And it's a forced use of nukes on top of that. So, player may defend in any way they wish, but must successfully land 3 nukes before attacking with any other units. Now, I go further to detail here. A successful nuke counts as a nuke hitting any enemy structures or units. So it doesn't even have to kill them.
No, it could just graze their supply depot.
Their leg
that
hair.
counts as a successful hit.
Marine loses an eyebrow.
We had this on the last one too, on the last tournament, so we know how it goes.
And then okay, so simply dropping a nuke in the middle of nowhere doesn't count. Nor does missing a moving army. An enemy unit or structure must be damaged.
Okay.
So if they drop a nuke and the army moves out of the way and nothing happens, too bad.
Okay.
Try again. So before they can aggressively attack any other way, they must first land those 3 nukes.
Sweet.
So there you have it. It's gonna be good.
All right. Well, I think it's a really good matchup. I think it's a great matchup.
No, this is a good matchup.
There's a chance where we can see more nukes.
Yeah, exactly. That's anytime, like I said, anytime I can work it in a way.
Here's the problem. Every single time someone has nukes in their hands, nobody uses them well. Same with last tournament and this tournament.
That is kind of true.
Just maybe, this
Terran
will be the one.
Will this be the end?
That will give us
the
hype. The hype, get it?
Yeah,
the hype.
That's good.
It wasn't that great, but
well, it might have sucked unusually, but.
All right, well, we've got a scouting Marine here, and it just dies instantly. There is the scan, trying to get some information. Doesn't really get that. Okay, so it looks like we figured out who's the nuker.
Guess what? Corvus is the nuker.
Corvus is the guy with the microwave.
Plot twist, Hype builds a Ghost Academy, and everybody goes, what? No, that's going to be who it is.
Right.
So Corvus has the nuke, so he's got the microwave build, which means Hype is Marine tank, the Blitzkrieg build, and so it will be intriguing. And I find it very interesting. This is the map because this is like high ground everywhere. This is like a Terran's wet dream. This map. everywhere you go is a ramp and high ground. So, especially for Hype, who's going to be rolling around with tanks, at least for his first attack,
It's gonna be good.
why not?
And it's also a decent map as well to get off those 3 nukes initially. It's good for here.
Again, lots of high ground that can see
good
down
for
over
here.
top of stuff.
All kinds. It's great for drops. Even having here in high ground vision. So it's a great map. I mean, they're both Terrans. This is a good Terran map. Plain and simple. We've got an expansion going down here for Hype. He doesn't have to get as aggressive as Core does. Corv just needs to get out and get those nukes off so that he can actually start to play a game. Because that's the show, right? As soon as you get the 3 nukes off, you're good to do whatever you want.
Yeah, it says, just to read one more time.
Rank wave, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just need to get 3 successful nukes, and then you're good to do.
Before attacking with any other units.
Yeah.
So once that's done, you just go nuts.
So it's really important that he gets 3 nukes off while he can, because
you want to do this is one of the few times where rushing just at least one Ghost Academy
it's worth.
and just start dropping on shit
Yep.
is worth.
Yep, there it is. So this is exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah.
And I love this. So he's going to get off that first nuke. It's not going to, do a lot of damage, but
Doesn't matter.
That's not the point.
He will have landed a successful nuke.
And there it is.
Boom goes the dynamite.
So now he's going to be able to run off. If he has Cloak, he can actually Cloak here and get some... no, he doesn't have Cloak yet. So he's going to lose that Ghost, which is actually pretty bad. He was trying to, like, sit there and kite, but it
now,
just wasn't
before
enough.
somebody says, holy shit, that Ghost attacked that Marine and he didn't land the other nukes yet,
No.
don't even bother.
No.
Pizza, I'm looking at you.
Don't be that guy.
Frozen, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy.
Okay, so that's 1 nuke down. So that's good.
1 nuke down, 2 to go.
Problem with that is Hype now probably knows that what build it is, especially if you watch the last tournament.
If you watched the last tournament, or maybe he had it himself earlier in the tournament,
Yeah,
we
I
don't
don't
know.
Yeah.
He might know what it is.
I think you probably put 2 and 2 together at this
Or
point.
he has a decent idea.
Yeah.
So he's already got Marines patrolling on that side for a drop now. The next Ghost, I believe, is on his way down the map. He might even have another one waiting there at the halfway point. I'm not sure what unit that is. Right here.
No, it's just a Marine. That was a
this is
scouting
another
Marine.
Ghost.
Okay,
This is
another Ghost. How many academies? Still, we only have 1 academy.
So it's entirely possible that he's just going for that strat,
And
where
then
it's
that's
just
that, and then
drop some
playing
nukes
normal.
and then just go normally.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't blame him here. It's not about style points at this point because it's 1-1 in this series.
He wants to move on. He wants to go to the finals.
Whoever wins is moving on to the damn finals.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you're going to win this game, and that's what Corvus is trying to do, considering he threw last game. So it would be a shame if he lost this over a dumb play on the last game here. So it looks like he's going to get scouted out, unfortunately. He's coming over here.
Yeah.
And he's going to take this out. That is iffy because
We're pushing it. I'm going to give him a warning.
I mean his Ghost was in position. So, now he knows what's up. You can't really blame him too much because his Ghost was in position getting ready to nuke and they just walked over to him. It's not like he was aggressively going there to do his thing. And so
Yeah,
that's the show.
So from here on out, now we can be a little bit more
Anal.
strict with him.
Yep.
But he
because
knows now.
that right there is pushing it.
It's not game changing.
It's not game changing,
but we don't want it. We don't want it to become a norm where he's taking out SCVs trying to build shit all the time.
Here's the thing. He wasn't aggressively going over there
he
to
was
go
just
in and take
he was
that out.
just
He was
sitting
sitting
there.
that Ghost there,
He
and
was just sitting
that
there.
was just the way it was.
All right. Well, this is only good for him in that he's just started building shit here.
That is actually going to be a very, very good nuke. Marines, Barracks, SCVs go off.
Yes!
Huge nuke goes off
Yes!
there, dealing huge damage.
Yes.
And now he's going to beeline it out there. And he's going to cloak away. There's the scan. Better hope he doesn't take
I'm not
this.
even sure that scam was worth.
No, it really wasn't.
It wasn't really worth.
It wasn't all that
It
worth.
was not all that worth.
So he needs to get off 1 more nuke. If he can get off 1 more nuke, he's good to do whatever he wants. He got that ninja expand up here. In fact, this was his second command. This one came later. And so chances are, Hype probably won't scout this out, ever.
No.
I just don't see it.
No,
see it
I
happening.
don't see it either, but I think now, obviously, now he really knows. He might not have 100% known before, but now he definitely knows what's going on.
Yeah, he definitely knows. Tanks are now coming out. Barracks are going down yet again. And, well, we've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tanks. We needs 10, right?
Yeah,
10
he needs
tanks.
10 tanks for the first attack.
All right, first attack.
And then tanks and marines are the first aggressive attack, I believe. Oh, how did I word this exactly? Yeah, the first aggressive attack must be done with marines and tanks only. The first attack must include a minimum of 10 tanks. And I didn't want the entire game to be just marines and tanks because that's too restrictive.
Yeah.
So I just wanted the first one.
There's the nuke. He needs to get this off. He's trying to scout or scan to find it.
He's going to try and build the turret here, but obviously that's not going to be long or there fast enough. There it is. It's going to take out. That's actually a really good nuke.
That was a
2 out of 3 nukes.
very solid nuke.
Very successful.
Very, very solid nuke.
At this point now, this doesn't matter
This is
anymore.
fine. He doesn't need a warning anymore because
because he has officially done it.
Yeah. All right. So
There's
the scan. That goes.
There are 10 tanks. There are marines. So at this point,
This is a big army.
Hype can go, and so can Corvus. It is a free-for-all at this point. It doesn't matter what anybody does at this point.
Yep.
He's going.
Yep.
You're good to go.
All right. Well, this is actually a pretty sizable army. Considering, well, this is scary. If he can get off a siege in time, like if this guy can, if Corvus can stim very quickly into this without a siege happening, this gets melted. But if some of these tanks are already ready, it's rip. Corvus's army is just gonna get its ass torn wide.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. That's going to be the decisive thing is how close are they going to get to those tanks before they siege up? And by the looks of it, they're going to get really close.
Yeah, this is
That's still not good.
This is gonna be bad news here for Hype.
Really, both sides are kind of getting wrecked a little bit.
Oh, he went up a little bit too far, and now the medevac goes down. And it was some nice cut. Oh, these 3 siege tanks back here.
Didn't even spot those back there.
Why is this stuff dying so quickly?
Stuff is dying really quickly, and that would be why.
Yeah, so 3 siege tanks were ready, and that whole army just got plastered.
That would be why.
And some decent micro back there from Hype as well, so that was well played. Lost the medevac in the fray as well. Now we've got a 4th base going down here for Hype. I mean, whew. This is, and a 4th base going down here for Corvus as well. Close game.
At this point, I mean, looking at everything, supply, everything.
No. I don't know what's up with these 2 guys in particular.
If they've seen the previous tournaments, there have been some pretty hairy situations.
Yeah.
But that was like a ghost was sitting there, shit happened. The first one was a really fucking stupid, like he was running away and he fucking hit the guy.
That's whatever.
If you're wondering how really we're really making this, is if they're so really
blatantly
blatant
obvious
and game altering.
Yeah.
Because there's no sense in us like ruining an entire series off of a non-game altering, non-truly aggressive attack. Like if he's bringing down like 3 units and stopping expansions, or like running like that's a different ballgame.
Or if this was a Marine Marauder composition only and he decided to bring down a tank with them, you're gonna get disqualified.
Like that's exactly.
You know, it's but when your guy's already in position, like it's whatever. That's already done.
Yeah.
So we're moving on here. Corvus coming in here for an attack. A lot of siege tanks. Where are all those siege tanks?
Out of position.
Whoa, there they are. Okay, so this base is going to go down, and he's got medevacs here to be able to get out.
He's going to get pincered, so he's going to have to.
Which way is he going to go?
Wrong way!
Oh! That was close.
He almost made a very poor life choice on behalf of several Marines.
Well, here we go, though. Now he's out of position. And now Corvus can get inside this base and do a lot of damage. He's going to stem up and get rid of these 2 siege tanks. Beautiful. He's going to have high ground vision here. And it's a funnel, too. This is also good for Corvus. Couple siege tanks coming out, but that's a lot of Marines coming in. Now focus firing down on those medevacs.
They got to get out of there.
They need to get out, and they do, but more damage has been dealt. A lot of siege.
Now, at this point, Hype really needs to be careful that he doesn't you know, not keep his own mobility. Like, Marines and tanks, he doesn't need to, and I hope he read the rules properly. I'm not going to sit here and try and, like, school him on it, because it's pretty clear. The first attack only needs to be that. He needs to build some more medevacs, and he needs to keep his own mobility, because in a Terran matchup like this, there's going to be a lot of drops, and if you don't maintain your own mobility, that's going to eventually come back and really bite you in the ass pretty hard.
Well, he's got 10 tanks now, and he's moving out, so he is well within the rules. And this can be actually very scary. If he slowly starts to creep his way into the bases and gets those siege tanks in position, he should be fine to do some serious damage. If he starts to just go in there unsieged, that is where it becomes a problem. Because when you think about this unit composition, he has almost the same composition that Corvus does, but tanks instead of Marauders, and tanks do serious damage. Here, he's not sieged up. He needs to get into siege mode, or he doesn't need to get into siege mode.
He's got way too many units.
Okay,
That's way too many units.
That just went all the way bad.
That went downhill really friggin' quickly. Like, that
actually went... Is there upgrades here? Like, what's going on? Why was that such okay, 1-1 to 1-1? I mean, wow. Damn, those Marauders just got eaten up by those siege tanks.
There's a lot of tanks. I mean, there's 10 tanks. There's 10 tanks.
One of them died. There's 10 tanks. Wow, I was not expecting it just to get raffled that quickly. That was insane. This game's over. Hype is gonna win this game.
Yeah. Well, he's getting dropped right now, so he's gonna deal with that unless he plans on just pushing ahead anyway and saying to hell with it. He could just lift that off, I guess, if he really wanted to. Corvus, with that scan, is gonna see what he's got outside of his base. Corvus needs a nuke.
Yeah, actually,
He could have been using, I mean, in this
How
case...
true is that? Yeah.
He'd just be using nukes. I mean, it's gonna really be hard with scans for him to accurately or get ghosts in a good enough position to be nuking. Yeah,
nukes would actually be huge right now because it'll force the siege tanks to go into to basically get out of a battle, or just one good nuke and it's game over. Siege tanks there on the low ground with the high ground vision here. There's not a chance that Corvus comes out of this attack alive. These barracks are in such horrible position for Corvus. He's like funneling his own units into death. Now he's got to just completely back up, float these barracks into his base, and keep building that way. Still, the supply is very similar. Small little drops over here, but Hype is so confident he gives zero fucks. He just keeps going up, and finally he's gonna bring some units over here to stop this this little drop. We have another drop over this way. I'm not 100% sure I agree with the drop, because if Hype decides to push in at this point, he's just not gonna have enough units to defend, and he's just gonna lose, period. This drop could really work if Hype decides to go back to his base here, but if he decides to say, oh, okay, you want to race? Let's go then, because look what I have, you know, up here opposed to what you have down here. This is a solid...
That's a scary drop,
It's a scary drop, but he can't go back. This forces him to go up into this. It's not like he has siege tanks waiting up here or a defensive nuke waiting for him. He has to go up here and attack at this point. There's no way he could run all the way back.
Now, this is stupid.
That was a really dumb stim up.
Really dumb
That
stim.
was next level dumb stim.
This is
also not smart.
This is not smart. He's actually ruining his chances right now.
His siege tanks are doing no damage.
And his siege tanks, if those SCVs had come down to that bottom corner, his siege tanks would have been damaging his own Marines.
Unbelievably stupid attack.
And now this drop is so valuable. It's fucking huge value. Huge value.
Why didn't he just take his whole army and just run up there? But instead, he put his siege tanks into an area in which they can't affect the actual damage that's up here, and in fact hurt himself by attacking bunkers and shit. Go up!
Just go in!
Now he's gonna try and go up there again. He's stimmed so many times, and this is bad.
This is wrecking him right now. At this point, I don't even think if he went back necessarily that he'd be able to, because if Corvus came down and caught his tanks out of position, he's thinking about dropping on these tanks. I feel like he's thinking about it.
Oh my god. How many games can Corvus throw? How many?
Well, no, Hype is throwing right now.
Hype is, okay.
Corvus threw the last game.
Oh my god, thank God. I thought for a second that Corvus was the one that was throwing this game.
No. No, I don't. Well, is Corvus just going all the way down, saying to hell with it?
He's going for the race at this point. I don't blame him.
Is he going full-blown race mode right now?
I love what he's doing here because still at this point, he doesn't have enough to defeat this. So why not take the bulk of your army, let your base die, and put it in with your other bulk of your army so that you have one jumbo army, and then you can attack with that instead of having two split up armies.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
He got the army out of there before it was reduced to nothing.
Nothing. So it's value, right? What he did
is value.
Is absolutely perfect. He took a huge risk by taking half of his army down here, and Hype just shit the bed. He didn't go up. He was better off actually going down at that point than doing what he did. He stimmed with all of his bio, went up there, got wrecked while his siege tanks were doing nothing, and now he's in
he threw away like a good 20 Marines for no reason whatsoever.
And stimmed the rest of them.
So he's really in a... I mean, I don't know how Corvus loses this now.
He doesn't. It's 139 supply to 55. It's game over.
Like, it would be, again, another one of those cases where everybody's Christmas miracles for 3 years are used up.
Yep.
It would be a miracle tank play.
He doesn't even have a command center anymore. He's got to float. He's actually got to float at this point in the game.
So at this point, we're looking at 13 tanks and 13 Marines versus 29 Marauders and 39 Marines with
It's game over. I mean, he still has this base up here.
Nothing.
Corvus is still sitting on 3,500 gas and minerals. It would have to be one hell of a throw. Like, he would literally have to take his whole army and run those into tanks. Just run the whole thing in the tanks. And say YOLO swag. And I'm going to tell you right now, if Corvus actually throws this is all he's got. This is the show. Wow. This is the show. That's all that's on the map.
Wow, that was so close. Well, at this point, it's just a move into Hype's army and kill him.
Yeah. That's it.
That's the entire show.
Well, he's gonna see the barracks.
Yeah.
So he can just build a starport and just go over and kill it.
Yeah, which he's currently not, but yeah.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well,
don't let this happen, Corvus.
Is he really gonna go up here and try and defend against?
Just put it in your friggin' medevacs and drop on top.
Yeah.
And just end it.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
That's pretty good.
I'm gonna tell you boys.
Is this another Cisco moment?
Oh, I don't know. But I actually think.
Don't know if you want to put that on the line.
I don't know if I want to do it.
Holy shit.
I don't even know if I want to do it. Here comes. He needs to siege. He needs to siege. He didn't see. No, it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. He needed to siege sooner than that. It's over.
That got scary for a second.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, I would have literally.
That got scary.
Lost my shit.
Well, they got stemmed into the ground, and Corvus.
Yeah, that's the
going to take it. Oh my God.
Corvus wins the game, boys. Hype with
Wow.
a huge throw. Corvus making a very risky play, taking half of his army down to the base, knowing that his opponent could literally just walk up with all those tanks and units and just wreck face, and he'll be left with just what he had down here. But instead, once again, going up with bio, stimming twice, siege tanks out of position, and in fact, some of them hurting himself.
That was the throw, and he's lucky that those SCVs didn't pull the attacking Marines down to the front of that that corner.
Yeah.
Because then the tanks would have wiped out his entire Marine army. By shooting SCVs. I mean, that was a pretty big throw. That was almost, if not more so, of a throw than Corvus's throw from the game before.
It was almost there. I'm still going with Corvus with the bigger throw. But it was close. It was close. At least in this, there's so much going on and you're under so much pressure, especially being in a tournament and everything else.
Yeah, exactly.
That this throw is more excusable than the last game throw, because that was just unexcusable. That was unacceptable.
That was inexcusable. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. But it is what it is. Great series. It was action packed.
I liked it.
It was a good damn series.
All the matchups were good.
Hit that like button on this video. Please go check out those sponsors. Enter the giveaway for the JORD Wood Watch. Link is underneath the video and link is underneath the stream. If you're watching the stream right now and you enter for the JORD Wood Watch giveaway, you're going to be entered for the YouTube one and the Twitch. You only have to do it once. So you're going to be in for both. If you're just watching this on YouTube, then you still have a chance. Also, there is G2A gift cards to be given away. If you're in the chat, type in !giveaway. The bot will post a link where you can enter. And if you're watching this on YouTube, there is a link underneath where you can enter. And also, shout outs to our technical sponsor, LootCrate.
Technical alpha sponsor.
Technical alpha sponsor, LootCrate, where it's basically a test run. Please go check them out. Get a LootCrate subscription. Use that promo code BOUS for 10% off. We'll see you guys on the next video. We're going into the other semifinals. Hang tight.